another extension of an executable file. So what this one's gonna do is gonna put it in. It's gonna take the whole file and put it in memory. It's only gonna return 1 in one case. It will return 1 if you could not do that. If you could not do that, then again you're gonna return the error. But before you return the error, you wanna release the buffer head. That's what this browse does. It will release the buffer head and awakens any other processors waiting for that buffer head. They wanna get it. You release it and you return no access. You cannot run the file because you couldn't load it. Either it's not ADA format or something. In 91, it was only ADA out allowed, but I think the guy who rewrote the kernel, he added ELF binary. If last task used MAD, this is basically checking the last task that used the MAD coprocessor, the FPU, the floating point unit. And it's checking if it's the current, which means if current used it, then we just store a null. And then we restore the flag of current to 0, which means you can use it later. Again, as I explained, Brez, he just frees a buffer and awakens any other process. Okay, now the P, remember the P we had before that was storing the remaining pages we said after we assigned all the stuff for EMVP and RGC? Now we have set it to plus equal, change entity. Why would we want to change the local descriptor? Before, when we copied the stuff to the array, we didn't care in which memory it was. We just copied it to memory. But now we need to put it in the right offset of the user memory. We don't want to put it in kernel, we don't want to anything, because we have to put it in the binary section of this process. So you're gonna send this information to page array, the size of your binary section, and again, the maximum argument pages times page size, which is again the 128 kilobytes that I said before. And you're gonna set to plus equal, this way you will have the pointer over there as well. Now after that, you're gonna call create tables. Now you have the right offset, you call create tables, send them the RGC and MVC, which how many elements you have, and send them the P that you have over here, which is the address in memory where you're gonna store your table. Okay, over here we're just storing some stuff from the data structure, like the size of your binary section and stuff you're storing it in data and code. Okay, that's the most important. Whatever P we got over here, this means the stack pointer. This function create tables will return for us the stack pointers, of course, after storing the MVC and the RGB. After storing them, it will return to us the stack pointer, so we just mask the lower base that we don't need, and then we call inode to release that inode as it is no longer useful. Again, let me explain over here. This whole change entity over here will turn out to be 4 and 6 zeros, but this one stands for 64 megabytes. 64 megabytes is the maximum virtual address allowed back in 91 again. Create tables, so that's what it does as I said, and then return the stack pointer.
BSB means backstreet ports, right?
Yeah, that's what he was thinking before, but actually that was not the case. That's just binary section, and that's the P size.
Oh.
Why? Okay, now we have, again, we're storing the size in I, of course. Why we want to store it in I? Because we want to do a loop that will go through the whole size of that binary section and clear it. Why wouldn't we just assign a 0 to that address? Because we're in kernel mode, and we want to put the zeros in user mode. You have to call a function that will do that for you, that will access the user mode space, which is put fs byte. Okay, now we come to the end of this presentation with the hardest code over. Even Linus Torvald himself was writing magic happens over here. I don't know if he wrote it, then he didn't understand, or someone wrote it for him. AIP0, you have BS, BN, this is part of the binary section. This is the address of the binary section to where you want to run your program. Like, let's say, I don't know, XX18, something like where you want to run your program, you know? And now we don't have EIP1, we don't have EIP2, I'm going to talk about it. And then we have EIP3, which is storing the stack pointer, so that our process starts execution right there. And EIP1 and EIP2 are storing the address to the table EMVP, which means the environment where you're going to run, and RGC, the arguments that you got passed to run your process. So over here, as I said, we're storing the stack pointer in EIP3 and returning a 0. So basically, I'll have to say thank you, and if you guys have any questions, they're very welcome. Not just almost welcome.
So you have used that page as a variable that is defined in the
page. You mean the array page?
Yes. Don't go back to the. Wait, next one. Yeah, the page. You see the copy string. You have the page, right?
Yes, that's the array. We declared before.
Declared in this function?
Yeah, we declared. Go back.
Go back. Yeah.
Keep going back till the declaration part. Hold on. Yes, see it over here, unsigned long page? It's an array that we're actually gonna store the environment and the arguments. It's an array of 32 elements, because that's maximum on a long page.
Okay.
Make sense? Any other questions?
Questions?
Come on.
Questions?
Took us forever to understand this code.
Okay, so the last how the EIP 0
Yeah.
equals to that, how does that take effect?
When does it take effect?
Yeah.
It's at the end, right before you run your process. Which means, okay, you're modifying right there the instruction pointer. Which means you want your program to start execution right there, because that's the whole function what it's doing. So that's how the guy was going to say magic, because he just assigning, okay, this is the B entry. He's assigning two things over here. This is the address of your binary section, and this is the stack pointer. So in EIP 0, you have the address right there. You go to your binary section to start. And then in EIP 3, you have your stack pointer, which means whatever was pushing the stack, you have your stack. And then, as I said, he didn't talk about EIP 1 and EIP 2, but I'm 100% sure that there's that storing the RGB, because that's what the other function was doing before. It was storing RGB over there in 1, and then NBC in 2.
Okay. Okay, next team.
I like all the Microsoft data on Windows laptop.